All right, this is the peculiar instance of the dog coming in as 50 different bodies. So what I'm going to do is I've already decimated it from the other video. I'm making it solid and accepting it. Now I want to get rid of this. All right, so now I want to go File, Export. I want to export, and this is going to be the decimated dog again. I want to replace that. Yes, replace it. All right, now let's go over to Fusion. Let's get rid of this dog. See you, dog. I am clicking back. Probably should have just started a new thing altogether, but all right. So I am closing that, and okay. So I'm back to a fresh. Sorry for making you watch that. I'm going to go File, Upload, Select Files, and bring in Decimated Dog. I'm going to bring this in. This is Decimated Dog. It's going to Admin Projects. That's going to be the second decimated dog coming in, so I'm a little concerned about getting that confused somewhere down the line. I'm going to right click on that one and delete it. I don't have two decimated dogs in there. That was all right. Now let's open up the decimated dog. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mesh them. I'm going to come over here to mesh. I'm going to go modify, convert mesh. That's my body. I'm going to hit OK. And it should get righteous here in a second. Spinning wheel. And now it is done. Is that as decimated as the other one was? Gosh darn. All right, so I can now perform operations on this one. So here I go. So I need to cut this. I want to cut it going down at an angle right across that, but I want to cut it so that I go through at an angle. In order to do that, I'm going to make two planes. One is a plane in there. So I'm going to do an offset plane from this. I'm going to move that up right the base of the neck is what I'm trying to do. All right. So I like that there. I'm going to hit OK. I should have scaled it, but I did not. Now I'm going to create a sketch on that plane. I'm going to flip it over here so I can kind of see. And let's see, I want to kind of be able to draw through here. I'm going to go right across there. So I'm going to go right there. Coming down. All right, finish that sketch. Okay, so I made that line. Now I'm going to make a plane at an angle to that line. So this is kind of convoluted, but you can see now I'm setting up a plane that I can slice through right there because I want a bit of his neck. If he's going to go down towards a dog bowl, I want to go there. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and do it, and I can scale it at the end. I probably should have scaled it initially, but I'm going to go ahead and go to work here on this object. All right. So I'm going to use a box on here that I'm going to end up erasing, but the box is going on to assist me in my spacing. So I'm coming up, box just trying to kind of put a boundary to his neck. All right, so that box, if I look at that line right there, I'm going to drag it way out here. Okay, so we're calling that 1,000 or 10,000. I know it's not quite exactly, but I'm going to divide into thirds. All right, so eyeing it up here, and start right down here, and I'm going to come across 3,333. I'm going to hit enter. Now I'm going to make a line, and this line is very arbitrary. I'm just going to make a line straight down. Then I'm going to make a line over that is another 3,333. Then I'm going to make a line up. Line. Hard to snap to it. Got to make sure I'm snapping to. Over from that, I want to come over 90 degrees there, and then come out. All right, so now I have this line, this line, this line, this line, and this line to be my cutting tool. So I'm going to now go modify, split body, hoping when I hit this drop down that I'm going to split this mesh body. All right, and then for my cutting tool, I'm going to select that right there. Hit OK. And we're going to see how that goes. Cautiously optimistic because it should probably be a long operation. Okay. All right, let's turn. Hey, so mesh body 1 is set up. If you see what I did there, let's turn mesh body 1 into a component. So now, notice I can move that. So that does indeed work. So you can see what I'm going to be able to do is, and I might actually consider going back in there, but this will be separate from that, and I'll be able to pin by putting a hole over on this side and running through and catching that tongue. That'll be able to, and it'll be able to pivot however I want it to be. Are you watching this? I got the dog figured out. So I did have to do this, but that's going to be, by making it into these two pieces, I can pin that through there, and then that'll be able to pivot. I can put a string, I could push it up with a follower, or I could run a string up and then drop it through a hole in the dog back here and kind of pull the head up and let it go down, pull the head up and let it go down. But I am now officially on it. So now I have to rethink the shape of said tongue. I think that tongue needs to be a bit longer and actually hinge down here, and I'm going to have to clear out some space. So to make that bridle joint function well, I'll lose a little bit of the artistic nature of the dog. But this coming in after doing that, that's good because I can print that. So now I'm going to go ahead and put holes through it. So I wish I hadn't moved it, but I can Control Z myself back. I'm going to go ahead now and sketch on this plane and put a circle, making sure to guess where that is. I need to lay this out a little bit better, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to extrude that. I'll just do it both ways so I know I'm going to get it to come out. I'm going to pull it out as a cut. Oh, pulling it is just difficult. But now, when I hit OK, and it's certainly laggy, but if I did catch, let's see if I caught it. Yeah, so that technically would work. Now, obviously, this would immediately run into the body, so I'll have to clear out some in that channel some more. So there's still some doctoring work, but I can pivot that. Let's go ahead and assemble and see where this goes. So I'm going to go that, and then that, and then, whoops, I should have did a little bit more exacting job, but I'll zoom in and just gently shift it over, hit OK. I want that to be a revolute joint. Oh, yeah. So now, so, hey, dog, look up here. That ain't all that darn bad. If you used a high bowl, you could, you're going to have to spend a little time because obviously this is going to run into the body, so you'll have to really remove some of that. You're going to have to go in there and play with the interference, but that's pretty darn good. You could run a string from right here, make a hole in the dog going down, attach that string to a little knob on the cam, and that would. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. I'm stopping here in the video as proof of concept because I think this covers really everything you got to know to do that. And then in a later date, I'll come back and make a pretty one.